Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're going to look at a Sale-a-bration stamp set called So Hoppy Together. Now, Sale-a-bration is something which runs from the 3rd of January through till the end of March. And for a qualifying order, so a £45 order, you can get this stamp set for free. Now, as you can see, it has lots of little sort of cute froggy images on there, so nice sort of whimsical cards. But I want to do something different because, as you know, I always, when I look at a stamp set, try and find lots of different ways of doing things. So we're actually going to create a flower card, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we need to take this little butterfly image here, and we are going to stamp it. I've got a little scrap of paper and we are going to stamp it 3 times. So let's ink that up and we are going to, just stamp it on here 3 times. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then let me just clean this one off. Now, these are the new, what they call cling stamps. They are exactly the same as our normal red rubber stamps, no different whatsoever. The only difference is that the label sheets are very sticky now. So rather than falling off, they don't fall off. However, on a little image like this, you can see you've got the sticky label on top. You need to just literally lift it up from the corner and ease it off. It comes off very easily, but you do need to ease it off. And I keep mine actually on the sheet underneath, so as I say, they don't stick too much onto the side. So just a little thing to get used to, but it works really well. Now we are going to take our blends, and I've chosen the 2 purples, which are the dark Highland Heather and the light Highland Heather. So they're the colours that we're going to choose today, and we are going to very simply just, in fact, I can probably use the smaller tip on these ones. So let's just get these tips off. We are just going to very simply colour. So all I'm doing is colouring the inside in the pail, like this on all 3. As I always say on the video, I do things very quickly to save a little bit of time. When you are doing it, you can spend a little bit more time, but we just want the wings on like that. And then we are going to take the dark and we are just going to colour in the outside. So just very quickly colouring in round on the outside. The blends are lovely because they do give you that sort of quick colouring, which is always nice. You can use any medium you want. As I always say, use whatever your preferred is. All of our mediums work beautifully for colouring, and the blends, as I say, you can blend things in far more than I'm doing here. I'm literally just doing the outside and the inside, but it will look quite effective when it's finished. So that's, oops, forgetting that little side piece there. Bring that down like that. I'm just sort of taking it to just like a little point piece on here. And then we're going to take this one and do exactly the same round on here. Say the blends are lovely. I like the fact that you have a light and a dark in each one so that it makes blending very easy. So okay, we've got those in there, and now all we're going to do is to very simply fussy cut them out, but you are going to cut them so that it is just the wings which will form the petals. So as I say with fussy cutting, always just turn your paper rather than turning your scissors. because that makes it a bit easier. So say just take it round. You can do this as quickly or as slowly as you want, depending how you want it to be, but I'm doing it fairly quickly. And so that gives us one. Take another one off like this. I think the purples, this Highland Heather, is absolutely lovely. And we have some just gorgeous butterflies coming in the new spring summer catalogue, which, as I say, launches on the 3rd of January. So we have only got a very short time to go, and then you will be able to get some of these lovely products. You can see I'm just giving it sort of a little point at the bottom, and that will become clear, because what we're actually creating is 3 petals for a flower. And the purple, or this Highland Heather, just works absolutely beautifully. So as I say, I am doing this quickly, but it works really well. So just cut that one out like that. So we now have 3 petals. Now what we're going to do is we are going to put these 3 together like this to create a little flower. So I'm going to use, for the center of the flower, I'm going to use these lovely oh, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're little gems, and you can colour them in. So I've started to colour this one, but I can show you. You can colour any of these little epoxy gems, and you literally just take the aqua painter, sorry, the blends, and literally just colour them through, and then you have a really nice purple centre. So you can colour coordinate it with absolutely everything. Okay, so to put these together, I think I'm going to use a glue dot, because I don't want too much height, and I think a glue dot will work quite well. So let's just get my glue dots out of their little box on here, and let me see how far I am. Oh, here we are. I've got quite a few on here. So I'm just going to take a glue dot on the bottom and just take the very side of this one out. Oh, is it going to attach? Come on, just peel off. That's it. So we've got one on there, and then we're going to just very carefully put the next one just next to it. And then we can have the other one in on here like that. And then we can just move them around a little bit so that we've got them where we want them. I have to take this up on the camera because I don't have a lot of room to play around with. But let's just put them like that. And then we can just move that one in just a little bit. And just move that one in just a little bit on there. So you've got them as equally balanced as you can, like that. Now I'm going to show you the one that I've already started, so you can actually see what we are going to create. So I've taken a note and just put happy birthday at the bottom. You can do whatever sentiment you want. Then I'm just going to take a little panel of, this is some pool party which I had left over, so we're going to put the pool party on. Let's put this on with some wet glue, like this. I haven't really got measurements for these because literally I am just using up some little pieces of scrap and things that I've got. So they're not exactly the right size for anything. They're just colours that will coordinate together. So, you know, work out your own sort of sizes and things that you think will fit. So we've got that on there. I've then got a circle, which is from the Stitch Shape Framelits, and I'm going to add a little bit of, I think we'll have a little bit of twine on this. So let me have a look. I've got some silver twine here. So what we need to do is we need to put this, and this can go down with dimensionals. So the easiest way I find is if you put your twine down with a dimensional, it holds it in place to start off with, and then we're just going to wrap this round. Let's do it 3 times, just like that. And just take it up from there. It's that one on there. In fact, we could have a bit of a cross on there, couldn't we? And then we'll take the other bit and just put that in on the other side. And if I take the top of the dimensional off, there's me trying to hold it down, you can then pull it reasonably tight, so you have it where you want to, not overly tight so that it's going to fall over. And then you can just stick that one on here, and then when you go to cut it, you know that everything is just about in the right place. Okay, so that's just a little bit of interest with some twine on here. Just put that back in, so it's slid just a little bit, but that's quite pretty. And so I'm going to put that in the center. So I need a couple more dimensionals on this. So let's get some dimensionals and put that on. We'll have one covering that piece, which will help hold it down, and we'll have one covering that piece, which will help hold that one down. So I think that'll probably be enough on there. So let's just take the tops off those dimensionals and off that little one. And then we're going to have a sentiment in the center. So I think, do I want it at that angle or that angle? I think this angle, and I'm just going to put it centered on here like that, which, as I say, will just give a little bit extra interest. Then we've got a sentiment, and I've taken the sentiment from the new Butterfly Gala because I absolutely love the font on that, and I'm just going to put that in on the center. And again, I'm going to put that up with some dimensionals, but I want the dimensionals to go in between the gaps. So we'll have the minis because they don't take up quite as much room, which means that you can sort of fit them in between the little gaps that you've got so that it doesn't add too much height on there. So let's just take, I think I'm going to have 4 on here. So take the little 4 ones and put those on like this. It's lovely using up all your little pieces that you've got over, and I like the notelets are absolutely perfect for doing the smaller size cards. So we're going to pop that one in just there on the center, and then that gives us, say, a little bit more interest on here. And then we're going to start using the flowers. So as I say, I've done a couple of them so that it's not going to take too much time. And oh, I did those ones with dimensionals actually. So we'll have one up on there. I think we'll have 2 at the top, and we'll have 1 at the bottom. So let's have a look at this one. How well did we do on this? I did it with a dimensional before, so I'm going to do this one that we've literally just done on here with a dimensional. So let's put a dimensional upside down, and then we're going to take these 3 little petals and put them on that way. So 1 there, turn it round a bit, 1 there, it's just overlapping on there like that, and then we'll have the 3rd one down at the bottom. I think I only want, you should do things in odd numbers for balance, so I'm only going to do 3 of these. So okay, we've got that on there, and then I'm going to take the little epoxy resin circle on here, and I'm going to pop this in the center. So let's pop it. Ooh, that slid right out of the way. Slide that in so I get it where I want it in the center, and then just put it down. And you then have, as I say, you've got this lovely tone exactly the same because you can color them with the blends, which is perfect. So we're going to have another one down there. So I want them just off so that they're not on the card. And then I've just cut a couple of leaves, and I think I might just pop the leaves in there as well. So we want, we're going to have the leaves in first. so it doesn't take up too much room. So I'm just going to put those in with just a little bit of Tombow, and just put the little bit of wet glue because it only just wants a little bit of colour. And this is from our leaf punch, which as I say is very popular, so I don't want it over the top, so I'm just going to put that on like that. And then we'll have another leaf down at the bottom where we're going to put this one, so this leaf is just going to go there like that. So it's going to come on a little bit and off a little bit, so I might need to just put a little bit of dimensional on that bit of that leaf so that it goes to the same height, or I could have it just sticking up a bit. I might have it just sticking up a bit. So let's just put that there like that, that one on the side, and we'll have that little bit sticking up like that. Okay, so let's now use these lovely little flowers, and we're going to have one at the top on here, and let's have that. We want it just off the edge like that, so we'll have it so it just covers it there. I've got one like that. We'll have the other one on the other side of that leaf, so we'll just have that just in like that, and then we'll have the one at the bottom just in the corner there. You can do as many of these as you want actually, so you could do it all the way around if you wanted to, but it's more just to show you how you can do something different which actually looks really pretty with something that you wouldn't expect to be able to do it with. So there we go. We have a lovely flower card with using the, let me find it underneath these, using So Hoppy Together and this little tiny butterfly, which as I say, if you just trim it down and colour it up, it can give you an absolutely beautiful card. So thank you so much for watching me, and do look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.